Hello everybody and welcome to CMC Market Technical Insight Market Commentary. My name is Tamar Mehr from Trade with Precision, and today I want to take a look at some pound crosses. There's a lot of volatility right now in the pound with all the things to go on with Brexit. Will they, won't they, and yes extension, no extension, all of that move the pounds quite nicely. So the latest news is the European Union has given the UK until the 31st of January, and the PM Boris Johnson has failed to call in an early election. So we've seen some great movements in the pound the last couple of days. We've absolutely seen a rise of the pounds against a lot of the major crosses. And what I'd like to do right now, as the market is sort of stalling at those areas, I want to take a look at the technical ingredients, and I want to take a look at the levels where the market has stopped. I want to start with the chart of the pound versus the yen, and we know that the yen is a safe haven currency. So we know that there are geopolitical situation in the world, there's flight out of risk. We've seen the rise of the yen. So let's take a look at the chart of the monthly, and what we can spot here on the monthly is that the market is in a downtrend. We do have some clear series of lower highs and lower lows. Yes, the move that we had a strong rise in the pound, but we were very overextended here on the monthly chart. We touched this previous low over here, and now we're bouncing back, and where we're sitting is that sell zone, that area between the 10 and the 20 moving averages. What we can also spot is the area where we are right now is also a strong level of support and resistance. It is around the 141 area, and this is the area that we are now reacting to. So if we'll take a look here at the weekly is now in an uptrend. And we know that as the higher time frame pulling back, we could see the lower time frame changing direction. And that's exactly what we've got here right now on the weekly chart. But on the weekly, we do have the 10 and the 20 moving averages in the correct order, not yet the 50. So we could potentially say that we are overextended and we could see a bit of a pullback. Where to, we can see we have a bit of a level here at around 135. Looking at the daily, however, yes, we do have an uptrend with a deeper pullback, and now we can see that we are stalling. So we're basically just going sideways. On the weekly, we had a bearish candle for last week, but we're still holding around this area, around the 140 area, between the 141. So let's drop into the lower time frame and see what the candles are telling us around that area. So if we'll zoom in a little bit and take a look, we can see that the market is stalling at this area. If I'm looking for the market to push lower, to continue the monthly trend into another lower low, what I'd like to see is basically the market pushing toward that level and creating some momentum into that level, into the break of this area. We can even see that on the 4 hours. We're looking at this area. We're looking at this level, and what I'd like to see is, do I have a compressions of price toward the downside? And we started to have that over here. We had a lower high and somewhat of an equal low, but then we started to stall, and now we're moving higher. So what it looks like right now is that we're just going sideways. So I'm going to be very careful around that area. What I'd like to see for a bearish opportunities and a continuation of the monthly trend is a decisive break of this 139 area, and then I'll be looking for a pullback to test that level from below on the lower time frame. But it could be that the market is just stalling here, having a bit of a breather before taking another shot and pushing higher to break the 141, so to go higher, to go long. So I'll be waiting to see if the market is breaking the 141. I'll be looking for the same idea, a break of the level, a decisive break, a close above it, and then a pullback to test that level from above. I'm looking for those both options because right now the market is indecisive. There is a bit of a sideways, there's not a strong momentum to either side, and we also have contradiction between the higher time frame, between the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. A market that I very much like to look at on the pound crosses that doesn't have the contradiction, and we actually have two of them. So the GBP versus the USD looks pretty much the same to the yen, and the Aussie and the Kiwi look pretty much the same. So let's take a look here on the Kiwi. Now, what I like here on the Kiwi, and I just move here into the weekly, is that if we look at the monthly, then the picture is different. We actually do have an uptrend. It's a little bit hard to see, but we do. We broke up the high. We've got a low, high, a higher low. It is a slightly higher low, and now a higher high, and we also moved above this previous high. So it looks more bullish. So for bullish trading opportunities, I'll be looking more toward the pound versus the Aussie and the pound versus the Kiwi. So let's take a look here and let's have a look where it stopped. So if we zoom out a bit, we can see that there is a bit of a level where the market has stopped, but what we can also see is the level of double parity, the 2.00 that the market has over here. We've got a nice level here. It's a bit clearer if we look at it on the weekly. You can see the level right here, and you can see previous high and a previous high over here. There's another touch at that level, and what have we done? We actually pull back to test that level from above. So we can see that on the daily chart, pull back into the buy zone, a small bullish candle, and a continuation of the move. Now it's a small move, it's small candles. You can see that the move from here was very strong, quite sharp, with big bullish candles over here, and right now we do have small candles, so that tells me there is less momentum in the markets. While I'm more bullish this market, the pound versus the Kiwi and the pound versus the Aussie, the fact is that we have slowed down as well. So looking for trading opportunities, I'll be drilling down into the lower time frame. Let's just drop quickly into the 4 hours. I would like to see a nice uptrend forming and then simply a pullback into the buy zone, the 10 and 20 moving averages, a bullish candle, small one in the buy zone, a break above it, and a continuation of the move. I love that we react to this 2.00 level. It looks bullish on the weekly, it looks bullish on the monthly, it looks bullish on the daily. I'm just waiting to see a clear, nice trend on this lower time frame to join this upward move. Happy trading, everyone, and I'll speak to you soon.